We have a lot of people in this world that mistake religion with faith. And growing up, I never believed in organized religion. I always viewed it as a crutch that people would use to justify that they could sit in church on a Sunday, but the night before they could commit a bunch of sins or just be bad people in their day-to-day lives. But because they went to church, they were forgiven. It gives MAGA, But if you really break down every religion and we stop playing the game telephone, because that's what religion really is, organized religion, and you start to look within, that's when spirituality comes into play. And I took a world religions course in college, and I was really fascinated by the spiritual side of the course, Buddhism, and just learning to have faith in something higher than you, but knowing that it is within you. Because in college, one of my biggest arguments in my world religions class was that people use it as a crutch to justify their good behavior, when your good behavior should come naturally. You should not need a book or an idol of any sort, Jesus included, okay, to be good. You are not created to be good because of someone else. You are created to be good to people because good was within. And then if you didn't do good things, then you would have karma. If you did do great things, then you had dharma. And what goes around comes around. And I honestly believe that we've lost the plot in 2026. People are so concerned about right versus left, and we still have slavery. It's just modernized. Racism is more blatant than ever. We have a president that people voted for despite him being a PDF file. That's concerning. So you're telling me that these people think that we live in some Christian nation, but that abusing children is okay. We live in a Christian nation, but slavery was okay. Our autonomy is something that is so important to us, and our free will is something that I have not read the Bible cover to cover. But God, universe, spirit, whatever you believe in, free will was the one, it's like a top priority. That's why you can make bad choices. That is why God allows people to make choices of any kind. It is to test you. It is to ensure that you are living your best life. And if you don't, you have consequences. And if you do, you have good consequences. But free will is given to us so that we can learn. And even if you make a bad choice, if you learn from it, or you help others learn from it, that's what it's about. And I think that in 2026, it is exhausting, truly, to explain to people why we're at odds. You're telling me that you sit in church, but you're okay with families who immigrate here to do the jobs that most Americans stick their noses up at. Cleaning toilets, doing all the minimum wage jobs in usually environments that are not comfortable, the heat, the cold, to put things like food on your table. And you want them gone because of the color of their skin. The same color of skin that you guys go to the tanning beds for. Okay, that tracks. So you don't like it if it's natural, but if it can be sold to you as a packaged product, sign me up. That logic doesn't logic. But also, I don't recall being in the womb and deciding that I wanted to have blonde hair, blue eyes. I don't remember filling out a survey, like your DNA is just within you. So if we don't get to choose, no one else does. Just like your sexuality. I'm pretty sure that there are many people in the queer community that wished they weren't gay because of religious trauma and homophobia, and the fact that in 2026, just breathing, you can be unalived for that, and it's considered still a hate crime. There are laws because, God forbid, you love someone. Meanwhile, these are the same types of people that will unalive you because they're closeted, because of the religious trauma, and usually because of the Republican families, let's just be honest. We are backwards as a society, and I don't think it's weird that people are starting to look within and start to feel like they need to raise their vibrations, because right now, Mother Earth is warning you guys. These earthquakes, these storms, the fucking shit in the sky. Like, I don't know what else to tell people, but this is not normal behavior. And at some point, if there's an ultimate creator, okay, which most of you believe, you're telling me that you think that they're happy with how the world is running? Because Mother Nature's proven otherwise. And California is due for an earthquake. And there are prophets on here that are talking about, like, the big one. So big that, like, California could split from the United States. And this is not just, like, woo-woo prophet people. No, this is, like, scientific knowledge that if some big one happens, there's a possibility California could sever from the remaining states. We could be floating like Hawaii if we don't sink. I don't know how that would work. And then there's the tsunami that would come after. Like Seattle and San Francisco, there are predictions that those would be wiped out by like 32-mile high waves. And we're sitting here arguing over people who are here illegally, when we have someone who rapes children running a country, and then the people that also rape children supporting them. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care if you have a tan. I don't care if you're born with it or if you go get it in a tanning bed. Get a fucking long. There are bigger things in the world to worry about. I don't know, maybe the fact that we can all work 80 hours a week and have to still live with our families. It's not because we're lazy. It's not because we didn't invest our money right. It's not because we didn't get the right degree in college. It's because America has become a corporation. And that is not what this earth is meant for. There is more than enough in this world, food, money, shelter, to take care of people. But the greed is what has taken over. And the power that comes with that kind of greed. And that is really disgusting. And I think we just really need to start working together before something so big happens that we're then scrambling to figure it out. I would rather be prepared, and I would rather be prepared and be ready to help the people that are on the same level as me than flail with the people who don't give a shit. And if that makes me crazy or delusional, so be it. If the fact that I do believe in a higher realm and a higher world, call me fucking crazy. It's no different than you sitting in a pew praying to a freaking model Jesus on a cross. Because I'm pretty sure that's not what he looked like. In fact, if you really, really read the Bible, you would know that he's not white. So, yeah, that must really fuck up your racism. Okay, toodles.